What it do YouTube /Patreon/bit shoot. Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. Excuse me. Today's video, I want to talk about in order to succeed, you must fail. In order to get back up, you must fall. Let me repeat that. In order to succeed, you must fail. In order to get back up, you must fall. They may live too. Ha, they live. You know what time it is, man. But so this is a real important topic. All my topics I talk about is real important, but this is a real important topic because, you know, as humans, we have the natural ability to want to succeed. We have a natural ability to want to be dominant, whether you male or female, you know what I mean? And we have the ability to always want to just race and get to the top. Race and get to the top. Race and be successful. But it don't work like that. You know what I mean? And you can ask any successful person, any real legitimate successful person, whether they successful by being, by building an empire, from the ground up, and they made a lot of money, they made a lot of material, they gained a lot of wisdom, they gained a lot of experience, they gained a lot of knowledge, or whether, they invented something, or they reinvented something, or you know what I mean, or, just things of that nature, where they originally did something, like they pioneers. You see what I mean? You can ask these people, right? Whether they're celebrities or whether they just a regular local person that may look like a bum, so-called bum, but you can't never judge a book by its cover, because just because somebody look like something on the outside, you never know what a person have. And it's not even about what people have. It's just that's the whole thing. It's just about respect. You can't just look at that motherfucker, but that's ignorance. That's prejudice. You prejudging a motherfucker just because that's how dumb you are. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I have done it before too. So that's, at one point in time, that's how dumb I was. You see what I mean? The shit that I'm saying, I've been through it my goddamn self. You see what I mean? So don't think I'm just on here talking shit. I'm talking shit, but at the same time, I'm being serious. You feel me? Nah, that shit funny. But look though, so you ask any real successful person, like for example, you got a lot of people that inherited money from their family, and they ain't did a goddamn thing to get it. They just was a part of their family and inherited it. Most of the time when that happens, they don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? They take it for granted, and they don't appreciate it. You see what I mean? Because they didn't have to put in that hard work to build the empire to actually get that shit. They just got handed to them. You see what I mean? And that's all what this topic is about. Just like, for example, a person, let's say, for example, like this, right? You just say you come up, like, let's say, for example, like you inherited money from your family or something, and you just think it's so easy to just build an empire. You think it's just easy. I got a lot of money. I can just easily just invest my money into anything, and this shit gonna take off. You feel me? I can invest my money into any kind of stock, and I guarantee you that shit gonna take off. I'm just gonna put like $50,000 into some stock, and I guarantee you that shit gonna double, bro. You feel me? I guarantee you that shit gonna double, bro. And that's not how it works. It don't work like that. See what I mean? Just because you got money and you think you can just pour money into something, it won't work like that. That's the same thing that happened to THQ, the video game company that they used to do like the Nickelodeon video games. They used to do like Rugrats, the SpongeBob's, and they was the original people that was doing the WWE, the SmackDown versus Raw and shit. They was doing that THQ, and then they went from that, and then they started doing the Saints Row franchise, like Saints Row 1, Saints Row 2. And they fucked it up because they was a $1 billion corporation, and they thought that they could just pump money into all different type of shit, and they thought it was gonna make a return because they thought they had so much money they could just keep putting into anything and it's gonna double, and it don't work like that. So that's the perfect example. They the perfect example of this shit, THQ. And the thing about it is, it's like let's say you inherit this money or whatever, and you just think you just gonna build an empire overnight. You just put money into a whole bunch of shit. And then you see that your money, you losing money, and you keep failing, you keep failing, you keep failing, you're not having instant success, because nobody can just have instant success unless you like that, just that 1%, just that 1 out of like 2 billion type shit. You know what I mean? Which is possible, but it's very rare. You see what I mean? So it's nothing impossible, but it's very, very rare. And you keep failing, you keep failing, you keep failing. And then one day you come up with a contingency plan, and you come up with like a plan, you write it out, and you do this shit right, and let's say boom, that shit just take off. You had to fail a couple of times before you succeeded. And when you failed, it's not that you're a failure. It's only when you're a failure is when you give up. That's when you become a failure. See, that's the difference what people don't understand about entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? It's so many entrepreneurs that didn't have a goddamn dime in their pocket. They had ideas. They had a concept in their brain. They had motherfucking patterns in their mind. Somebody seen it. Somebody believed in them, and boom, it took off. And that's believe all it takes. You know what I mean? You have to believe in yourself first. But the thing about it is, it's like this. You had to fail so many times. See, that's the thing about entrepreneurship. People think, oh, if you fail once, you're a failure. Oh, I failed the test. I'm a failure. No, you only become a failure. You only become a loser is when you give up. That's when you become a failure. That's when you become a loser, when you give up. When you keep failing, and you say, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I'm giving up. That's when you're a failure. But if you fail, you fall, right? And you keep getting back up. You fall and you keep getting back up. That's the only way you can keep getting back up, is if you keep falling. The only way you can be successful if you keep failing. You see what I mean? If you fail and you give up, how the fuck you gonna ever be successful? Because you just gave up. How the fuck you gonna get up if you keep falling? You know what I mean? Let's say if you fall and you like, I ain't getting up no more. I give up. You know what I mean? I fell off the horse. We went ice skating. I failed. I keep falling. I ain't getting up no more. How the fuck you gonna ever get good, or how you gonna ever succeed if you don't ever dust yourself off and get up? If you don't get up and dust yourself off, just like what Mike Epps told Bow Wow in Roll Bounce. He said, how you gonna know what getting up feel like if you don't ever fall? Because Bow Wow wanted to be so good in Roll Bounce. He wanted to be so good that he wanted to be so good that he didn't never fall. And it don't work like that. Because how the fuck you gonna know what it feel like to get up and stand up like a man, stand up like a woman, if you don't ever fall? You see what I mean? And it's the same shit that I'm saying. That when you keep failing, you keep failing, you keep failing, you keep getting back up, you keep getting back up, you keep getting back up, you're eventually gonna be successful, because one, you're not giving up. That's the biggest thing. And two, every time you fail and get back up, you're gaining more wisdom and you're gaining more life experience. Experience is one of the best teachers on this planet, because you know exactly if you do this or if you do that, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is more likely going to happen. You know the outcomes. It's like an algorithm. It's an algorithm. You know, like, if I do this shit, then more than likely some fucked up shit going to happen. But let's say if I try to do it another way, which I never tried it, let's see the outcome. And the outcome going to more likely lead to success, because you got so much wisdom from falling and getting back up that you know what to do and what not to do. So that's the thing. Like, anybody out there, you going through any struggle and shit like that, motherfuckers keep trying to put you down and keep trying to put you down. You keep getting back up because you got heart, nigga. You got heart. You feel me? You got heart, right? You keep getting back up. You gaining wisdom. You gaining knowledge. And eventually you're going to be successful. And successful can mean just anything. It don't necessarily mean that you gain a lot of money and nothing like that. Successful means you gain a lot of wisdom. You gain a lot of knowledge. Because you know how many people out here in the world that got money, but they ain't got knowledge? You know how many people out here in the world, they got a lot of materialistic shit. They got cars, they got hoes, they got clothes, they got all this shit. They got money, but they ain't got no wisdom. They ain't got no knowledge. They ain't got no experience. They just fuck around, got lucky. You see what I mean? So if you don't fail, how you gonna know how it feels like to succeed? And if you don't fall, how you gonna know what it feel like to get up? Wake the damn up, man. More videos coming soon.